Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Good evening, and hello to all of our EOW friends and family, and good evening to our beloved EOW family members. It's another Friday night. It's December 22nd, just a few days away from Christmas, and a different time zone. So Damien's here with me today, and we're going to talk some shop. And just wanted to thank everyone for being on here and bless you all. As we get closer to our Christmas and holidays, as I've said before, let's really remember the men and women that paid the ultimate sacrifice. Let's remember that they're not with their families, their loved ones are alone. Let's try and remember and light a candle or light a light for them. And more importantly, let's think of all of the men and women that are working throughout this Christmas and holiday season, and being the sheepdogs that they are, and protecting and serving and doing it graciously. Um, the little video segment tonight really, it was a short, it's really sweet, but more importantly, you can see that the color of a uniform, the color of a badge is not always meant for enforcement of law. It's not always meant for taking care of an issue. There are other issues like shopping with children that don't have anything, that these beautiful men and women donate their time, they donate their ability to go out there and shop with these children and get stuff that's needed for Christmas. What do you say?
No, I say thank you for everything they've done and what they've gone through of sacrifice with their families.
Yeah. Those of you that don't know, this is Damien. Damien's a good friend, but more importantly, he's been a powerful voice at Lone Wolf Harley. And for the last 5 years, he and Greg and Holly have just mastered the ability to keep on donating a motorcycle for the cause. And next year we're on the road, and we have another road glide coming into effect. The last three road glides have gone to various departments. Um, our one bike from 2019 went to Lemoore Police Department in California. They were the recipient, and that's the beautiful bike. And it was a brand new bike donated by Lone Wolf Harley. In 2020, Mount Holly, North Carolina, received this beautiful bike, again donated by Lone Wolf Harley, and they were the recipient from the 2020 ride. And then Sheffield, Alabama, received this beautiful bike, and that is the officer that paid the ultimate sacrifice. And in his honor, this beautiful bike was won by Sheffield, and is being displayed and used, and that was in 2021. So I don't think you knew that, did you?
I did not.
Yeah,
I did not.
three beautiful bikes.
Yes.
And honoring three beautiful men that paid the ultimate sacrifice and paid the ultimate price, and
It's the least we can do, to really to help.
yeah. Each bike is it displays the officer's name, it displays who the officer was, his line of duty, and his badge number. And that bike is talked about, and that officer is talked about. And that's one of the stipulations that the department has to do is we don't allow these beautiful men and women to be forgotten. And if we can keep their memories alive and their names spoken year round, that's powerful.
Yeah, I think it's huge. You know, a lot of times things get busy, people get busy in life and forget about that, but you guys never seem to.
Well, we do, but we try not. We're going to have a special guest on tonight. We've been talking about her for the last couple of weeks. Prior to doing that, I just want to run through. Unfortunately, we lost a few officers this this last week. So let's go and talk about them real quick. Our first officer that we lost again is Daniel, and I'm gonna maybe you can help me. Didato? Didato. He's with East Fishkill Police Department in New York. His end of watch was December 18th. He was killed in a vehicle crash near mile marker 36.2 on southbound Taconic State Parkway at 6 p.m. He was en route to the Westminster Medical Center to interview a pedestrian who had been struck by a vehicle near the East Fishkill station. His patrol car left the roadway, struck a tree as he drove along the parkway. He was transported to Mid-Hudson, where he succumbed to his injuries. He had served with the Fishkill Police Department for 18 years, and he previously served with the New York City Department of Environmental Protection for 4 years. Our hearts and prayers go out to his family and his loved ones, and especially during the Christmas time, it's going to be really tough. And know that if there's anything we can do, please reach out to us and let us know. This beautiful man is Sheriff Joshua Hamilton. He's with the Preble County Sheriff's Office in Ohio. His end of watch was December 18th. He died of a vehicle crash in Ohio, State Route 504 at 4 a.m. He was traveling southbound and a vehicle traveling northbound collided head-on. He was transported to the Ketapebble ER campus where he was pronounced dead. The driver of the other car was also pronounced dead. Hamilton was also a United States Navy Reserve and an Army National Guard veteran, and he served with the Preble County Sheriff's Office for 1.5 years. He is survived by his beautiful daughter and parents. Wow. You know, you've heard me before, Damien. I struggle. It's just bad enough having a loss, but then when you compound and you take this beautiful guy, Joshua Hamilton, beautiful man, who served and served his country, in the Army and in the Navy, and then he wants to keep on giving back, and is taken out by a vehicle that struck him head on. So our thoughts and prayers are out to the family members, and really want to let them know that the holidays are here. Please reach out, talk to everyone and anyone, and let's keep your loved ones' names alive. Let's talk the positives and leave the negatives behind. Leemore Police Department that received the bike from your lone wolf from your store. That was in honor of Jonathan Diaz, and he was with Leemore. His end of watch was 2019 in November. Mount Holly was Officer Tyler Avery Hendon, Mount Holly Police Department. His end of watch was December 11, 2020. And then Sergeant James Nick Reisner, Sheffield Police Department. His end of watch was October 2021. So, yeah, Alabama. Yeah. Well, shall we bring in our guest?
I think so.
Yeah.
Hi.
How are you, Amy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I got a friend that wants to say hi to you.
Whoa! How you doing?
Hello. I miss you.
Miss you.
Yeah,
Love you.
I love you. I haven't seen you in over a year. Unreal.
When I see all the pictures, that trip, to Kenya was beautiful.
It
Beautiful experience.
amazing.
That's
I'm so
amazing.
happy to see your face. Is your
We are
beautiful wife
here.
you too? Is your beautiful
What's
wife
up?
You too?
Yes, she's right here with me. Take it, you know,
Oh,
get no trouble, you know.
Crazy.
Yeah.
now I'm jealous.
Yeah, Dottie's here. So,
Yeah, she's
Oh,
here. She's here.
good.
It's good to see you, sister.
It's good to see you. I love you.
well, Amy, this is Damien, and this is one of the reasons why our beautiful ride continues to continue throughout the nation. This is also one of the reasons why we're able to give a memorial bike gift back to departments. And I thought it would be fun for him to be on today and hear about you and just hear your stories and see if we're doing the right thing.
Well, thank you for supporting them and doing all that you guys do at Lone Wolf. It means a lot. And we talk about you a lot. And so it matters. And what you're doing for families and what you're doing for departments makes a difference. Even if you don't think that a bike is that big of a deal, it's huge. When you have a family member who you lost and your biggest fear as a loved one, whether you're a wife, a son or daughter, parent, you're always afraid that your loved one's going to be forgotten. And as time goes, the department just moves forward and moves on. And so that's a real fear for all of us. We can all speak to that. And when there's something like a memorial bike that's given to a department, it provides hope for the family to know that there's something tangible that's there, right? That they're speaking their name, they're seeing their face, they're being talked about. And so those bikes mean so much to not only the family, but for the department too, being able to honor their brother or their sister that they've lost in the line of duty. And I know that that also weighs heavy on departments too, of how do we do that? You know, especially small departments that don't have the funding, you know, and how do we do something special? How do we honor that officer that we lost and that we loved? How do we do that? And to be able to have a bike that they can use in different facets, it's important and it means a lot. So thank you to you guys for doing all that you do. And I've seen those bikes and they're amazing. So thank you.
Very welcome. It's the least we can do. Just to let you guys know that.
So, well, again, we get another bike this year, and Jason is McCarter's actively putting the lights on and making that happen and working twice as hard. So, hats off to McCarter and everything he does for us. So, how was your trip?
It was wonderful. I don't even, and I know we've talked about this, sometimes I don't even know how to put it into words as far as the experience that I got to have in Africa and what that meant to me with my trauma and my loss of my husband, and not just my husband, but my 4 children, all within a year and a half. So that was huge for me. And then also, it was such a big important part of my future too, and moving forward and having this new amazing person who's come into my life that I've been extremely blessed to have experienced that with me, which was also very healing for him and his own losses that he's had in his life in such a short period of time. He lost both parents and a brother with all in 3 years. And going through that and holding their hand through cancer and having to pull the plug brother, like that's a big deal. And so for him to go on that journey for his own self and then to do it alongside me for my own purposes, right? Like my own healing, and then to experience it together and creating new memories and moving forward with each other. It was huge. Like I came back with a greater appreciation for him as the person who walks beside me every day and goes through everything with me. So
Yeah.
it was incredible.
Well, you know, last week we had him on, and just that beautiful smile and just a constant smiling
All the time.
and I mean, amazing. And you know, and I got to see both of you, and I got to see when you arrived. I got to see midway and at the end, and by golly, I was just tickled to death because I got to see both of you at least half a dozen times when the look in your eyes while you're just standing next to each other, and both of you are melting in each other, and the conversations you guys are having. You know, again, I was privy to a lot of private stuff, and just bless you both. And I am so happy that you have found a yin to your yang.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm very, very blessed and I'm very fortunate. And I think it speaks to all those spouses who are afraid to move forward and thinking that you're going to leave behind the life that you had, and the fear of not grieving enough or not loving your spouse enough. I'm here to tell you that that is just a fear that you have inside of you, which is natural, and it just happens, but it's okay to move forward. You will never move on. Moving on is not a thing. That will never happen. I will forever be in love with my husband. I will forever know that he was my soulmate, you know, at that time of my life, and will forever be, right? But it's okay to be okay, and it's okay to be happy, and it's also okay to grieve that person that you lost with the new person you're with. In Africa, and this is gonna make me cry because every time I think about it, but I got to spread my husband's ashes in Africa. And in doing that, I also got to have Mike beside me while I did that, literally standing with me while I spread his ashes, and having that support from him and the love from him, and even his gratitude of even being able to be a part of that with me. That's what moving forward is about. And it's okay to do, you know, and you have to find peace within yourself to know that it's okay. It's hard to do, but it's possible. And it's possible to be happy in a new chapter of your life with whatever that looks like for a person.
Yes. You're still Mike, you know. I sent him a hug because of that.
Well, he would love a hug from you. And he'll make you laugh and smile all the time. I mean, I don't think this guy is ever, I mean, you can ask Shaw, like, he's so easygoing and
yeah,
so full of life and so grateful for the life that he has, that he always smiles no matter what. He always smiles, even when he's had like 2 hours of sleep or doesn't feel well, which he had that moment on the trip where he did not feel well, and he still smiled and he still made everybody laugh. And I think that that's one of the things I'm also most grateful for, to have him in my life, because he reminds me to do that. So
yeah, absolutely. You know, and we went into this venture not knowing the outcome. We didn't know whether it was going to be a good thing, whether it was a bad thing. But I think you hit the nail on the head. You know, we created this, and we want to continue doing this because we can't take that pain away from you. We can't fix that, but we're hoping that we can give you a new chapter in your life, a new beginning to a new life. And if we can help you on that journey, then I think we're doing something right.
absolutely. I mean, I know when we got into Ambosili and we got into our rooms and we were outside, and I just went over to you and I was literally weeping. I was like just crying, because just up to that point we had only been there for a week and a half, and I already had so many feelings of appreciation and gratitude for the life that I still have. And I think that when we're in loss and we're just in deep in that, and our pain and our hurt, we forget all the good that's in our life and all the blessings that we still have, even though we don't have the love of our life or our child anymore, or our brother and our sister. There's still so much around you to be grateful for, and the people that love you, and experiencing things and allowing yourself to do that. You know, there's something to be said about that. And Africa immediately gave that to me, and being able to be there and be in the present and not focusing on what has happened or what my future is going to hold, because that is always a scary thought. I was able to be present, and that was the first time I think in a really long time, other than being on the back of a motorcycle with you, loving on families. I think that's been this most freeing thing I've done besides that, and being on the ride and just being allowed to be present. And you get so lost in your everyday and your grief that you forget to do that. And so Africa allowed me to be present, and it allowed me to really think about what I do have, because it was such a humbling experience seeing the culture, seeing how people live, how they go about their day to day. I know Mike said last week, everything is about family in Africa, whether it's the people or it's the animals, it's about family. And I think we lose sight of that sometimes in our loss and our pain, that we feel like we're all alone, but we're not alone ever. There's people that love you and people that will support you. And that was a good reminder for me to be in the present and live in the present and not live in my trauma all the time, and that was very freeing for me.
And as I told Mike last week, again, Ash's home is your home, and Winnie and Ash welcome you with everything. So
Yeah. And that was the entire time, from whether it was being with Winnie and Ash or being with Daniel and his family, or just being with our drivers, Alex and Chege and Michael. Like, every part of the experience, you felt that. Being with you and Sheila, you felt that you were welcomed, you were loved throughout the whole process. And I think that also was very just therapeutic too, being somewhere where you've never been, being terrified. I've never been out of the country like that ever in my whole life, and not knowing what to expect. And every day was an adventure, and every day was something new. And I know Mike said last week, and you said it too, we were like, today is the best day ever. And then tomorrow comes, and then, no, that was the best day ever. And it was just all these life-changing experiences that really touched me and helped me to remember that no matter how hard life is, because life is hard, like, let's not sugarcoat it. It's hard. Loss is a part of life. At whatever way it happens, life is hard. And it was a reminder that no matter how hard life is still beautiful, and life is still good. And there's still so much to be grateful for. And that was a huge part of that for me. And for the first time in a really long time, I could see Will with the birds and the animals and the constant double rainbows we saw. Because that's a
we
thing,
did. Yeah.
that I got to smile when I thought of him. It wasn't painful. And that's
I-
been like that before. When I felt him and I saw him, it wasn't painful. It was joyful, and it was freeing. So do I think what you want to do is going to work? Absolutely. I do. And I think it's a wonderful, amazing opportunity for people to step outside of their comfort zone and allow themselves to be vulnerable. And I think when we're most vulnerable is when we do some of our best healing. So
Yeah, you got to see a double rainbow on Mount Kilimanjaro, not once, but twice.
twice.
But more importantly, one of the stories you've told me over the years is the love of the bald eagle and how much it means for you with your dad and with Will. And we were so blessed that we saw the African bald eagle twice, but two of them
Yep.
together at the same time, watching over you. And that
Yep.
was interesting. They were watching over you. They weren't watching over anybody else.
Yeah, there when we were laying Will's and my dad's ashes, because I brought my dad with me as well. And I put them together. And when we were laying their ashes, two eagles flew over me as we were doing that. And where Daniel helped to pick to place them, off to the distance is the mountain hill range of the Sleeping Warrior. And that over the area where we put Will and my dad. And then we had the Eagles. And then he also picked a place without me even telling him. And that's why I truly feel like God is so good, because there are so many God moments that you just have to open your heart to, because Daniel picked a spot on the river. And that was my dad and Will's like serenity. So, and I never told Daniel that. So to have all those things happening at one time, like, you know, I say God moment, that was a God moment, right? That was a Will and my dad moment, you know, and in a beautiful place that's so calming and serene and just truly to its core raw beautiful. Like, I will never forget that, and I will hold on to that for the rest of my life, you know. And I have the coordinates, the longitude latitude coordinates of where we place them, because Daniel was like, give me your phone, we're gonna ping it to you, so you will forever have that. And to for somebody who doesn't know me, who automatically just took me in as family, to go and do that and to be thoughtful of that, like, how do you explain how that makes you feel? Like, you can't, you know, like, that's just so cherished. So there were lots of amazing experiences like that, you know, from the hot
We're
air
gonna have
ride
we'll
to,
have many, many more. We'll have many more.
it was just,
Um, yeah. Again, like Amy says, if you're out there and you want to experience something, reach out to us, let us know. We're not going to decide internally, but we're going to ask survivors like Amy to look over the letters, just like we do with our bikes and the departments. And, you know, if you're chosen, you're chosen. We'd love to take you guys on a new adventure, a new life changing or a new event in your life, and see if it works.
well, it will work. If they open their heart to it, it will work. And I will tell you, Shaw has, and Jorge has seen me through several years of my journey and have seen me in different parts of my healing and my pain, you know. And what you guys do and what you support survivors in, whether it's helping them with their education through scholarship, whether it's sending them a check for Christmas, whether it's allowing them to come with you on the ride just to give love to other people who are suffering like you, or taking them on a trip of a lifetime. Those are all life-changing experiences. And I would have never had that opportunity to have so many different experiences if you hadn't come to Colorado to honor Will. I wouldn't have the family that I have with you guys, cherished friends of mine who are my family. I would never have had that if I hadn't lost Will and you hadn't come to Colorado out of the love in your heart to honor someone you never met. That would have never happened. So those are my gifts from my husband. Just like I feel like Michael is a gift every day to me from my husband. And those are things that I am so grateful for. So,
We're grateful for you, Amy, allowing us into your heart, into your life. We thank you immensely for letting us do what we can, and obviously for letting us come and meet you the first time, and allow you to be in our lives. Thank you so much.
well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you. Mom said the other night when I was talking to her, she goes, did you ever think that your relationship with Sheila and Shaw and the rest of everyone, Allison, Jorge, Jason, all of them, that it would be what it is today. And I was like, no, I never thought that ever, and then here I am 3.5 years later, and I wouldn't.
We definitely need to thank your POI, because if it wasn't for her answering our email and allowing us to come to your department to honor your husband, we would not have arrived. A lot of people don't know that we don't just show up. We
Right.
diligently work hard at contacting the departments and asking permission to allow us to honor their loved ones. And once we get that permission, then we make the trip. And again, Amy, this next year we're doing 2 years in a row. Please, whatever time we can steal of yours, we would love to have you with us. It means so much because the impact that you make for these survivors is amazing, and just absolutely it's full, and what you're giving back means a lot, and we would love to have you back with us again. So.
Well, of course, I will gladly do that because it matters to me. And I have been connected with so many families through that experience. And again, those are things that I would never trade for anything. So, absolutely.
We won't take too much of your time. We appreciate you. We love you.
Oh, I love you.
We hope you have a blessed Christmas. It'll be tough, but we'll light a candle. Will's always in our thoughts and prayers, and we love you. So.
Well, I love you guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Told you she was amazing.
It's a hell of a story. Yeah. When you feel like you don't have anybody to turn to through trauma, it's awesome to be able to turn to Shaw and Sheila to be there to help people out in situations like this.
We try. There's a lot of organizations out there, a lot that are fitted to do better, but we try. And our goal is to remember these men and women and never forget them.
Correct.
And as we progressed every year, our goal is, when we started, we still don't have enough money to give out, but we do what we can, and we progressed to now we've got scholarships. And then this year we were able to start this new program and hopefully keep it going.
Correct.
And just let everyone see and realize that Amy has a name as well.
Right.
Amy Modane. She has a story. She has there's so much there that for us. Okay, yeah, my father passed away. The world stopped. But I'm taking care of my mom. I'm taking care of things like that. What do you do when your loved one walks out that door to do a job and doesn't come back? And then, you add a compound of what Amy went through even more with losing 4 children in a year and a half. Yeah.
She is definitely strong.
And then we have Eddie Gomez. I mean, there's so many we have. But I wish I could just talk about, my wife. But each one has become a family.
Yeah.
And I try to talk about them if they let me talk about them. Most are quiet, most of them don't want to, but the Sheldon school that's formed, and we really participate in that because it's for the needy, it's for the challenged.
Right.
And so all of these stories that have come to fruition, at the end, we do what we can. But holidays are here. Please take a moment. Remember all these men and women. Remember who they are. If you can say their name, say their name. We're going to be back on the road again June 1st. We're going to be honoring 2 years, 22 and 23. Our schedule will be out in March. Once it's out, please let us know. Look, it costs us $300,000+ to make this happen. We're not asking for handouts, but if anyone has hotel rooms that they want to give up, or hotel points they want to give up, if anyone has gas points they want to give them, give it to us. Accept the donations. We don't use any money that is raised from the shirt sales or anything like that to fund this project. The project is funded by Phoenix Protective and our sponsors, and that's how it's funded. What we do on raising funds from shirt sales and all of that, that goes to programs like the scholarships. That also goes towards programs of trying to send families on excursions and making that happen. So if you can donate, donate. More importantly, we're always looking for sponsors, always.
Yes.
And get us those sponsors. They don't have to be huge, but we'll talk about them day and night. If you go back and look at our sponsors, we really haven't increased a lot, but we still have them. So if you get a chance, thank our sponsors. It doesn't take you but 30 seconds. Get online, send it to their info. You can look them up and just thank them for sponsoring, because we'd like to continue having them sponsor us. So I'm going to run down our sponsors real quick. Lone Wolf Harley Davidson dealership out of Spokane Valley, Washington. Please reach out to them at their info, let them know. Trailer Boss, located in Spokane Valley, but also has Olympia and Tri-Cities, and Nick has been amazing. And they take care of our memorials, not one of them, but all three of them. Please reach out to them. If you need a trailer, you need parts, you need supplies, give them some love. It's a holiday season. Yokes, located in out of Spokane. Reach out to them, thank them, but they are in Spokane, Tri-Cities. They're in Idaho. They're also in Montana now. So reach out to them, thank them, and buy your groceries. It's all fresh food markets, by the way. Michael D's in Coeur d'Alene. Go out and have a brunch. Go out and have some food. He's an avid supporter of us. Okay, thank him. There's Phoenix Protective. If you need security services or you just want to reach out and thank us, just thank Phoenix Protective and let them know. Thanks for their support. Bud Clary, located in Yakima, but they're also based in Vancouver, Auburn, Moses Lake. Thank them again. Jewelry Design Center, now having their third location in Missoula, Montana, second location in Kennewick, and their original location in Spokane. Send them a message, but it's a holiday season. Buy your loved one something. Can't thank Phoenix again enough. They're our diamond sponsor. ADI Graphics, they're getting ready to be doing a new wrap. Thank Greg. He's a sole proprietor, and he doesn't charge us what he should be charging us. So 1350 out of Colorado Springs. Jake, thank you so much for all the support that you have been doing. Just cannot thank you enough, and continue. If you guys are in Colorado or can go online, order some of their spirits. It's amazing stuff, and they do a bang-up job holding us. If you go to their distillery right now, our banners are still hanging up there. They wait there until they have a permanent home. Ask Jake to show you the banners. Jennifer Harbor, your certified advocate in preventing and managing cancer. She's an amazing, amazing advocate. She will just get a hold of her. You got some stuff going on, reach out to her. She's going to walk you through. She's going to be that strength, that anchor that you need. And you know what? Just reach out to her. Before I go into, normally I'd go into comments. Before we go into comments, I want to just do it's Christmas. It's Christmas this next week. I just usually do a toast to thank these two men for their ultimate sacrifice. So again, we're going to toast for Daniel Diato and Joshua Hamilton. Bless you both, and cheers to you. And thank you for serving and protecting our country. Joel, love you, brother. Oh, beautiful tree. I don't know if we can blow that up. Can you? No, can't do that, can we? Well,
looking tree.
Yeah, it's a great looking tree. Joel, thank you for your support. Eddie, good evening, my EOW family. Merry Christmas to you all. Keeping all of my fellow survivors in my prayers this holiday season. Thank you so much.
We love you, Eddie.
We do. Nick Johnson with Trailer Boss, thank you so much. We will be safe and Merry Christmas to you. Don't be afraid to say that now. Eddie says, hi, Amy and Jorge, miss you both. James, love you. Hopefully you decorated your yard with all of the,
yes.
the decorations. We won't talk about them, but hopefully you decorated your yard. But James, looking forward to seeing you again. Okay, Nick says this is a www.facebook.com/share/6rm XICOOD2 SWUJFU / MIBEXTID = 16 GTW. That's his birthday Christmas gift. Wanted to share this little fundraiser out. Everyone share it out for me. So pass it out for Nick and see if you can get a good fundraiser for him. You're in North Carolina. Okay, good. Good to know. All right, Eddie. James says, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Gotcha. Rachel says, love you, Amy. Lots of hearts over there. So. Richard, looking forward to seeing you again, kicking off in June 1. We'll get you down in May. Merry Christmas, sending all toast and fireball to all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Patty from Texas, love you and thank you so much.
Yeah.
There goes James again. Shelby, love you, Amy from Shelby. Jim, love you. I know you're working. Please, please, please watch your six. Watch the six of all your fellow officers.
Nice.
And have a great, great Christmas. Just send it to info@eow.com or org. Org.org. EOW. So it's info@eow.org. And there she goes. Sheila says, email info@eow.org with your interests, availability, and survivor information. We didn't even talk about that. If anyone wants to just join the ride and help us out, just like Amy has, please get a hold of us. We'll walk over the stuff. We'll get you connected with Amy, Eddie, with Tracy. They'll explain to you how this ride works. They are all survivors. They can give you the nitty gritty. We want to be able to have you understand that it is tough, but we would love to have you on with us. The fundraisers for Beyond the Call, it's on your Facebook main. Okay. So Nick, thank you. And we will figure out how to put that on our link as well and get it out. Thank you for doing a fundraiser for us. Love you, brother. And have a great, great, great Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And that's one of the things that we've noticed is, if we can have 30, 40 people throughout the country just doing small things for us, that's our army. That's our, So bless them all.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to say anything before we close?
I'm just very humbled to be part of this. Kind of to see what we've been able to do to help out with donating Harleys to the organization.
Yeah.
It's been huge. We can't thank you guys enough to help people in need.
No, we cannot thank you guys enough for what you've done. So remember, as I close the markets, we kept enough everyone's time. It's Friday the 22nd. We'll be back on next Friday again. I think Allison will run that one. And look, it's a holiday weekend. If you're out and about, it doesn't cost you anything. Give a first responder a hug. Tell them you love them and thank them for what they're doing. No drinking and driving. No texting and driving. Please make sure you have your seatbelts on. More importantly, thank all these beautiful men and women for the selfless job they do. And let's not forget their loved ones and all the survivors, especially during this Christmas time when we're at home partying it up and everything, and they are going through difficult times. Let's remember that PTSD is huge. Let's talk. Get your arms around somebody and hold them tight and let them grieve all over you. So love you all, bless you, and see you guys next Friday.
Love you. Bye.